Hey, Mike.
Hey, Randall, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Very good. Nice to see you. Last time I was riding roller coasters in Orlando.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh. Yes, that's right.
a little
That's
while
right.
ago. Well,
Yeah, that was so fun.
congrats on WandaVision. This is a probably one of the most unique shows I've ever seen.
Yeah.
How did they pitch this to you?
Well, they never pitched it to me. They just told me, "Hey, we're interested in bringing Jimmy Woo back for a project." And I was like, "Absolutely, I'll do it. I don't care what it is." And then they called me in to tell me what the project was, and that's when I was just blown away. I was just like, "This is so weird. This is so unique." This is it's so risky, like in telling especially for nowadays, to
Right.
tell a story in this way. And all of that just made me so excited because I just thought it was so cool. It was so cool to do something like this on TV, and the fact that it's in the Marvel universe to
Mhm.
something so different.
Well, now that you've seen the first four episodes, can you explain what's going on? The number one question we get is like, I love the show. I have no idea what's happening. How would you explain what's going on?
Well, I would explain it as I could explain it only from my character, really. I mean, there is this strange thing happening in this town of Westview, New Jersey. I'm an FBI agent, and I get called from the Bay Area to fly into New Jersey to kind of figure out what's going on, and I find that there's basically an entire missing town, and everyone kind of near the town doesn't even remember the town. And yeah, and I find this weird, and I meet Monica Rambeau, and we fly this drone into the town to see what's going on, and it disappears. So we know that there is something, this world that has been created that we can't penetrate. And over time we discover that inside this world is this strange sitcom themed
Mhm.
town where things are playing out like the classic sitcoms that we grew up with. Which is very weird,
Mhm.
and basically it's our job to explain what is going on.
Now, I don't know about you. After I watched the second episode, I had to go binge a bunch of episodes of Bewitched because that
Oh,
was such a favorite of mine as a kid. How
that's
about you? I
right.
mean, what were the sitcoms that were part of your life growing up that you loved?
Oh gosh, I mean, referring to the first episode, the Dick Van Dyke Show was something that I was obsessed with growing up. I loved the old classic like Desi Lou
Mhm.
productions, like I Love Lucy and the Dick Van Dyke Show. I was just like obsessed with them, and so that was one that really was important to my upbringing. I mean, I literally would sit in front of the TV all day and watch reruns.
Mhm.
But aside from that, gosh, there's just too many. I grew up on sitcoms, Cheers, Family Ties,
So good.
Different Strokes, Sanford and Son.
Yeah, this is my childhood too. I love this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just loved them. So to have a show that incorporated these things was just so cool to me.
Did I read somewhere that was it Gary Shandling or there was that like inspired you, like as far as like going into comedy?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's Gary Shandling show.
Right.
Yeah, it's Gary Shandling show, which also was a very, very unusual and uh, risk-taking show in a lot of ways. In that it broke the fourth wall, and and
Mhm.
and you literally see the audience, and you hop in golf carts to drive to the next set. Like I just thought it was so genius, and as a kid, I was just so just blown away by it that it definitely like made me want to go into comedy and try to do weird things like that one day.
Now, you're a sitcom vet. How would you say Paul and Elizabeth have done as far as their sitcom performance?
Oh my gosh, they're just spot on, and also to be able to modulate between the eras, because with every era is kind of a different style of acting.
Totally.
Yeah, and to be able to modulate through the eras and to kind of capture the essence of those times, I think I'm just blown away by their performance.
So without spoiling anything, of course, give us a little tease for what we can look forward to with this week's episode.
Oh gosh, you're good. I can't. I don't want to spoil anything, but I will say that it's going to be a lot of fun. More questions will be answered.
Mm-hmm.
There might be more questions that come up, but increasingly it's going to be a wild ride every time.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about working with Kat. You guys have such instant chemistry in that episode. Tell me a little bit about working with her.
Oh God, I never met Kat before this. But I was a fan of hers. I always thought she was just so funny and so just amazing. So when we met, it was like this girl's the best. She's like amazing, just as amazing as I thought she'd be, and she's so down to earth and so funny. In person, just as she is on the screen, and yeah, it was a real joy to get to work with her.
Now, if you haven't already seen it, there's a tweet that's gone viral today that's saying we take Jimmy and Darcy and have them investigate weird Marvel things, make it a new Disney Plus series, kind of Marvel meets the X-Files. Are you in? What do you think?
Yes, of course. I mean, in a heartbeat, I do that. I mean, just to play Jimmy Woo again, just to work with Kat as Darcy again, that would be so fun. But it's beyond my control. But I'm glad it's out there, floating in the ether. Maybe it'll get into the ears of Kevin Feige.
Now we know that Ant-Man 3 is a go. There have been some posts about that. Any chance Jimmy's going to show up in that?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't gotten the call. If I do get the call, I'm on it. If I don't get the call, that's fine too, because I'm in Westfield, New Jersey right now. So got to focus on one case at a time.
One case at a time. So hopefully the Marvel overlords will summon you to that project too. We have to see what's next for him. Now to jump over to that other franchise. Any word on Aquaman 2? We know you straddle the universes here.
Yes, that's right. Well, I know it's in the works, and I know how Aquaman 1 ended.
Yes.
So we will see. We will see.
Fair enough. And last but not least, the I Punch Keanu Reeves is still one of the most epic things ever. Or when are you dropping your rap album? People want to know.
Oh gosh, never. That was a one-time thing. I'm glad you listened to it. It's not happening again. So,
but you are a big hip hop fan, yes?
Oh my gosh, yes, very much so. I mean, I grew up in the the 80s and 90s. So yeah, of course. But yeah, no, I'm too old. I'm too old to be doing that stuff. That.
Okay, never too old.
That's for the kids.
That's for the kids. If there was one sitcom that you would love to see them reboot, what would it be?
Sanford and Son.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay, you're going back for that one. What was it about Sanford and Son that appeals?
I love Sanford and Son. I mean, it's one of the great sitcoms of all time. Red Fox. I mean, that guy was just so amazing. It was. It took place in a junkyard, and their home their home within a junkyard, which I thought was just so cool. It took place in LA, which is very cool, and all the side characters, Grady, Ann Esther, all of these hilarious characters. It would be cool to see. It would be cool to see, but you never know. You never know.
Well, thank you for your time. I'm loving the show. Cannot wait to see what happens on Friday. And hope to see you again soon, sir.
I appreciate that. Good talking to you.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.